The outside world is nothing more than a reflection of your level of consciousness. Welcome to the Power Plan with Tashara T.J. Robinson. I am your host, author and speaker Tashara T.J. Robinson, and I am here to educate, encourage, and edify you on your life's journey. Welcome to this edition of the Power Plan. I'm so grateful you decided to click on this video because we are going to discuss this popular subject. Again, the title of today's video is Your World is Nothing More Than a Reflection of Your Level of Consciousness. I know these are some buzzwords, and depending on what you're dealing with, you probably just want to just go, okay, whatever. I don't want to even hear that, Tashara. I get it. I promise you I get it. But will you stay with me today as we unpack this entire concept? But first, a little background about who I am and why I decided to start this YouTube channel. Again, my name is Tashara, and I was a married stay-at-home mother of 4 children. I was married for 19 years, at home with our 4 beautiful children for 17 years. Now, I'm a single, divorced, working mother. I've been divorced now 4.5 years. Man, that seems like a different lifetime ago, but when I look at my older children, I can still travel back in time and remember when I was at home with the 3 older ones. I got a surprise baby in there. We'll have another video on her. It seemed like a lifetime ago, but going through that transition from a married stay-at-home mom now to a single divorced working mother, I know you're probably going to think I'm lying when I say this, but I've been given an amazing gift. I've been given the gift of perspective. I've had the perspective of being at home with 4 children, trying to figure that out, and now the perspective of being a single working mom. That perspective has given me so much appreciation. Appreciation for my own journey, appreciation for the journey of others who've gone through the same way. So with that being said, as I have continued on this journey, I've had the opportunity to do a lot of self-reflection. Again, the purpose for this channel is to share all of this wisdom that I uncovered as I journeyed on this journey of self-reflection. So as I continue to learn so much about life, circumstances, I kept coming back to one central theme. It all begins with me. It does. It begins with my thoughts, my feelings, my behaviors, and thus the circumstances come as a result of that. It all starts with me. I didn't get that years ago. I, like many of us, I was programmed to think that the outside world affected me and that I was responding to the outside world. That's how I lived. I lived in a very reactionary manner. Well, as I've gone through this transition and experienced my own awakening, I realized that's been backwards. I am the operant power. The world responds to me. So when I figured that out, and we'll talk about that more in just a second, I had to write all this information down. So I started keeping a journal. Then I started putting all these positive sayings on all of my social media platforms. Then I wrote a book. I thought, I need to write a book. People need to know this information because it's helped me so much, and I'd love to help other people. So I did. This is my first solo project, my second book, and it is From Pitiful to Powerful, and it is on Amazon right now. I'll be sure to leave a link in the description below. This book for me was an integral part. It really is more like a journal, really, an organized journal where I'm sharing with you how I went from a pitiful way of thinking to a powerful way of thinking. So that is why I love this book so much. It's actually like my 5th child, because I wanted to journal, to write down, to record, okay, this is what I was thinking, but now that I've changed my thinking, this is what I did. So when you get From Pitiful to Powerful and you look at all of the videos that I've uploaded on this YouTube channel, you will see the seamless connection that all of these videos have. And it really is talking about the same concept. We are in control of our thoughts, our words, our feelings, our actions, and thus our consequences, right? So that's the purpose of the Power Plan, is to awaken and enlighten each of us to this inherent power that resides in us, okay? So today's video, we're talking about how our outside world, our circumstances, really are nothing more than a reflection of our own level of consciousness. For years, as I, like right after I got divorced, I went on this journey of, okay, I needed just something to edify me, to build me up. So I remember going on this journey of just listening to lots and lots of videos on YouTube, of course, talking about the mind, circumstances, mind power, whatever you want to call it. And what I've come to conclude is I heard a lot of things about affirmations, changing your beliefs so that you can expect something different, right? But I ran across this one experiment that for me, it broke the bottle wide open for me. And it was an experiment conducted, I can't remember the year. Well, you'll have to Google that yourself. But basically what happened was some scientists took an empty bottle, an empty vessel, okay? And they observed what was in this empty vessel, right? And what they determined was there were just light particles in there. You know, there's no such thing as empty space, right? There's always light particles around us, right? So the scientists observed that there were light particles in this empty test tube. That's what it was, an empty test tube. And they were just scattered light particles. That's it. Well, the scientists then inserted some human DNA into this test tube. I'm not sure what the human DNA was, but after they inserted the human DNA into this test tube, they observed the light particles. Do you know what they found? They found that the light particles had arranged themselves in an orderly fashion. Interesting. Well, then the scientists removed the human DNA. Do you know what they found? The light particles were still arranged in an orderly fashion. So for me, that proved that human DNA, me, the stuff that I'm all made of, it has an effect on the matter, on the things surrounding me. Now, mind you, I said earlier in the introduction how my previous way of thinking was I thought the world reflected or affected me. I was responding to the world outside of me. That was backwards. Scientists have proven that our human DNA has an effect on the matter around us. We're talking light particles. What is everything made of around us? This backdrop, this chair, the air, everything is made of light particles. So whenever I show up, things line up. I know that's more than just a cool saying, a rhyming statement. It's more than that. Scientists proves that my human DNA affects the matter around me, period. So when I say that our outside circumstances are nothing more than a reflection of our own level of consciousness, that has been scientifically proven, right? Second thing I want to bring to our knowledge is this word consciousness. I never knew what that word was, and I found that it used to be a buzzword to me. I don't know what that means. Explain that to me. Well, I figured it out. And hopefully this definition will make it clearer to you. When I think of the word consciousness, I think of nothing more than my level of awareness. Okay? Here's an example. Have you ever purchased a car? Let's say you purchased a white SUV of a particular brand. Before you purchased that vehicle, you never saw it on the road. After you purchased the vehicle, you saw your car everywhere. There it is. There it is. Oh my gosh, there it is. There it is. So, did they just start manufacturing their car after you bought it? No, it was always there. You were just now conscious of it, made aware because of your own experience. Okay? I'm a personal trainer as well. One of the first assignments I give my clients is I want you to write a food diary. Keep a food diary for the first 3 days. They're writing down everything they put in their mouths. Okay? What is this exercise supposed to help this person do the first 3 days? It is to bring to the level of consciousness or awareness what they are putting in their mouths. So what I have concluded is this. When we aren't conscious or aware, we are just going through the motions. We are unconscious, really. You're going through the motions. You are just acting pretty much like an automaton, a robot. You're just, going tunnel vision. You're not aware of what's going on around you until you buy that SUV. You see it everywhere. Until you keep a food diary, you're made aware. You literally become awakened, right? So when I say that our outside circumstances are nothing more than a reflection of our own level of consciousness, what I'm saying is this. Whatever you are experiencing right now in your health, your wealth, your relationships, or even your job, it's a reflection of what you are consciously aware of. If that means you're consciously aware of nothing right now, that's probably what's going on in these areas, in your level of health, in your level of finances, in your relationships, okay? Let's break it down. When it comes to your level of relationships, let's say you are interested in improving your relationship with your mate, or you're wanting to attract a mate. What is your current level of awareness in this area? Are you currently thinking, nobody will love me, I'm too fat, I'm too skinny, I'm too light, I'm too dark, I make too much money, I don't make enough money, I'm too old, I'm too young, I have too many kids, I don't have kids? What is your level of awareness in this area? What I'm asking you to awaken to the fact that you are probably going through the motion in this particular area of your life where the blinders are on. You're not fully engaged. You're not awakened, right? When it comes to your money, oh, I don't have a degree. I'm too educated. I'm too old. I'm too young. They won't hire me because I live too far away. I live in a different state. What is your level of awareness or consciousness in this area when it comes to your career and your money? When it comes to your health, what is your level of consciousness here? Oh, well, they say it runs in my family. Oh, well, I'm just too big. I'm too old. It happens when you get this age. This is what you have decided as your level of consciousness, which is why you are seeing what you are seeing in the outside world. So the scientists have proven that our human DNA affects the matter around us, okay? So I'm asking you now to awaken to the fact that, hey, my thoughts and my feelings have an effect. My human DNA has effect on the matter around me. What am I choosing to be aware of or to be conscious of in every area of my life, okay? In order to know what your level of consciousness is, I would say step 3, you must make a note. Keep a notepad in your phone or in your car. You need to write down everything that you're thinking in every area of your life so that you can see for yourself, oh, this is why I'm seeing this because this is what I'm thinking and feeling. What's happening? You are now becoming conscious. You are now becoming aware that, hey, my thoughts and my feelings are having an effect on the matter around me. You are no longer this zombie just going through life, going through the motions. You are no longer accepting the fact or believing that the outside circumstances have an effect on you, because you know, as of this video and as of that science experiment, that you have an effect on the outside world. You are now awakened to the fact that your outside circumstances are a mere reflection of your own level of consciousness. When you fully accept that responsibility, it is very, very freeing. It's very, very hopeful for me. I was like, oh, okay. So I'm not really liking what's going on here. So now let me do some tinkering. Let me figure out, okay, this is why I'm feeling or seeing this, because this is my level of consciousness. So I'm going to raise this level of consciousness by simply making myself aware of what I'm thinking and feeling and changing it. And I change it just by affirmations, making those statements in the positive affirmative about a character trait or an experience you want to bring into your life, period. But the first step in order to change what you see on the outside is to recognize it's just a mere reflection of you. Deep breath. Because here's the real. We can put away that responsibility of our life for only so long. And then we realize you get tired. As the old folks used to say, when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired of this outside reflection, and you take the reins and you take fully the responsibility of, hey, I get to choose what I see in my outside world. It is a very hopeful, powerful place to be. I appreciate you joining me on today's episode of The Power Plan with Tashara. And like I always end every video, remember, you are as powerful as you choose to be.